Have you ever smelled the scent of death? In this land, death does not wear the dark, gloomy color of the night. It bears a naked, pure, and silent white. A white that can freeze time itself and suffocate every sound of life the very moment you speak. Yes, and that is the beautiful land of Siberia, Siberia. A colossal void, a wilderness that occupies 1/10 of the entire planet's surface. Here, nature seems to have betrayed its own laws. How can a magnificent, scorching sand desert exist so absurdly and proudly, right in the heart of the Arctic's permafrost basin? It is a mystery that defies the most logical minds. Siberia is a place where ghost cities were abandoned by humans overnight, preserving intact the silent memories of tens of thousands of souls once exiled during the Soviet era. This is where ancient 25-million-year-old lakes continuously emit mysterious roars from depths of thousands of meters beneath the crystal ice, and where volcanoes churn out rivers of fire to boil the permafrost glaciers. Why do people still choose to stay here? Why do they accept taking root in this permafrost of death? Defying all laws concerning the biological limits of humanity? Is it because they are fleeing the civilized world out there? Or are they silently protecting an ancient secret, a primitive curse of the earth that we have accidentally forgotten? Don't just watch with your eyes. Keep your mind sharp and hold your breath. The journey into the heart of the most mysterious, harsh, and captivating land on the planet officially begins right now. When stepping across the Ural Mountains, you are not merely crossing a continental geographical boundary. You are entering another dimension where the scale of geography surpasses the imagination of the human mind. Siberia. The name itself is a definition of solitude. With an area of over 13 million square kilometers, this land could swallow the entire United States and Western Europe combined. Yet, its population density is so sparse that each human being owns dozens of square kilometers of wilderness to themselves. The terrain here is shaped by colossal rivers, the Ob, the Yenisei, the Lena. These latitudes do not flow toward warm oceans. Instead, they hurtle straight north, plunging into the icy siege of the Arctic Ocean. It is this contrary flow that creates a terrifying geographical phenomenon every spring. When the southern headwaters thaw first, the surging floodwaters rush northward, only to be blocked by downstream ice walls that have not yet melted. The result is icy cataclysms, where blocks of ice the size of houses are thrust ashore by the raging currents, crushing every obstacle in their path. This is not a peaceful land. This is a grand arena of primitive natural forces, where the lithosphere and the hydrosphere violently collide under the dictatorial control of the atmosphere. In the heart of the vast icy basin of the Transbaikalia region, there exists a geographical gash so strange that one would think a piece of the Sahara Desert was accidentally dropped into the middle of the Arctic. The Kara Sands Desert, spanning about 30 square kilometers, these golden sand dunes stretch out, undulating perfectly with the wind. But the 40-degree heat of a typical desert is replaced here by a bone-chilling cold. This is the result of a complex geological process from the last ice age, approximately 20,000 years ago. A colossal glacier from the Kodar Mountains blocked the valley, creating a massive lake. As the climate warmed, the lake dried up, leaving a gigantic amount of silt and fine sand at the bottom. Valley winds blowing continuously for thousands of years gathered that sand, shaping these shifting dunes. The existence of Kara Sands is a hymn to the immutable polar opposites of Siberia. Desert sand and eternal snow embracing each other, the boundary between them as sharp as a knife cut, yet harmonizing into a single geographical entity. In winter, the sand valleys are filled with snow, creating alternating yellow and white stripes that are unique in the world. Standing here, your intuition about climate will completely collapse. You see sand, but your lungs inhale the freezing air of an icy hell. Not far west of Kara Sands lies the greatest jewel, yet also the most mysterious abyss of Siberia, Lake Baikal. Holding 1/5 of the unfrozen freshwater on the Earth's surface, Baikal is not merely a lake, it is an ocean in the making. With an age of over 25 million years and a depth of more than 1,600 meters, this is the oldest and deepest lake on the planet. In winter, Baikal transforms into a colossal crystal artwork. The ice layer here is strangely transparent because the lake water is exceptionally clean and mineral poor. You can look through the 2-meter thick ice to see the deep world below, a striking sensation akin to standing on thin air. But that crystal beauty hides a destructive energy. Baikal's ice surface is in constant motion. Due to the extreme temperature differences between day and night, the ice expands and contracts, creating massive cracks kilometers long. The sound of cracking echoing from the heart of the lake rumbles like thunder, a sound that can make even the bravest hunters shudder. Beneath that ice layer lies a unique ecosystem with over 2,000 species found nowhere else on Earth, including the world's only freshwater Baikal seals. Baikal is the ultimate symbol of Siberia. Perfect combination of absolute, pure beauty and serenity on the outside, and a deep, bottomless abyss filled with dangerous mysteries on the inside. If there is any place on Earth called the outpost of an icy hell, it is Oymyakon, the coldest permanently inhabited village on the planet. In this valley, the average winter temperature always remains at minus 50 degrees Celsius, and the record ever recorded is minus 71.2 degrees. At this temperature, standard biological laws are completely inverted. Mercury in thermometers freezes into a solid. If you go outside without protective goggles, your eyelids can freeze shut within seconds. Meat freezes so solid that an axe striking it would just bounce off. People in Oymyakon must learn to survive on a special diet. They eat completely raw, thinly sliced frozen fish, raw horse meat, and horse blood to provide enough calories to combat the vicious cold. Cars here must keep their engines running 24/7, because if the engine shuts off for even 10 minutes, the motor oil will turn into a thick gel, and the car will become a hunk of scrap metal. However, the most miraculous thing is not that humans exist, but that the ecosystem here still survives. The native Yakut horses have evolved in a miraculous way. Their bodies shortened, their legs became lower, and their blood circulation system was restructured to minimize heat loss. Life in Oymyakon is a powerful testament that biology does not surrender to the harshness of geography. It turns that harshness into a cradle for evolution. Deep hidden beneath Siberia's surface lies a sleeping biological monster, the permanently frozen soil layer, also known as permafrost. This soil layer has been continuously frozen for tens of thousands of years, reaching depths of over 1,000 meters in some places. It acts as the planet's colossal freezer, preserving the secrets of previous geological eras. In recent years, as global climate change causes Siberia to warm at twice the rate of the rest of the world, the permafrost layer has begun to melt. And from within that dead land, the past is rising in a chilling manner. Treasure hunters and scientists have found the remains of mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and ancient wolves so astonishingly intact. It is as though they had just lain down yesterday. But the resurrection of the past brings more than just scientific value. It carries a potential biological threat. Along with the animal carcasses, ancient viruses and bacteria, which have been isolated from the immune systems of modern humans for millions of years, are awakening. In 2016, a heat wave in Yamal melted a layer of permafrost, releasing anthrax bacteria from the carcass of a reindeer that died 70 years prior, triggering a terrifying epidemic among the indigenous people. Siberia's permafrost is a frightening biological paradox. It is at once the most perfect preservation site for the fragments of ancient life, yet simultaneously a Pandora's box harboring the seeds of destruction for the future. Completely contrasting with the cold, dead soil layer and the extreme Oymyakon Valley is the taiga forest, the largest continuous forest belt on the planet. Occupying most of Siberia's area, this vast primeval forest is a giant green lung, working alongside the Amazon rainforest to absorb the majority of the Earth's carbon dioxide and release oxygen for humanity. The Siberian taiga is a miracle of biological adaptation. The coniferous trees here have developed ultimate survival mechanisms to endure the most extreme temperature fluctuations on the planet, where summers can reach 35 degrees Celsius and winters plummet to minus 60 degrees. The sap of Siberian pine trees contains natural antifreeze compounds, preventing cells from rupturing when water freezes. This forest is also the sanctuary of apex predators, the giant Siberian brown bear, the gray wolf, and especially the Amur tiger, the largest big cat in the world, the ultimate symbol of wild power. The taiga is proof that Siberia is not a desolate, lifeless wasteland. It is a fiercely vibrant, living entity, a great biological kingdom, where life has found a way to reconcile two opposite extremes: the ultimate harshness of winter and the explosive thriving of summer. In 2014, a helicopter pilot flying over the Yamal Peninsula, the place locals call the end of the world, discovered something that shouldn't exist. A giant crater, over 60 meters wide and as deep as a 20-story building, had appeared overnight. There was no trace of a meteorite impact, no sign of excavators or explosives. Around the rim of the crater, earth and rocks were hurled hundreds of meters away, as if some force had punched a fist straight up to the sky from deep underground. Scientists were stunned to realize that these were no ordinary sinkholes. They were explosions. But what could detonate in the middle of a permafrost land that remains tens of degrees Celsius below zero? The ultimate mystery was finally deciphered by chemical engineers from the University of Cambridge in 2024. It is a deadly combination of physics and the peculiar geology of Siberia. As the permafrost weakens, the pressure inside underground saltwater pockets builds up just like you are inflating a bicycle tire, pumping continuously until the tire can no longer withstand it. It detonates, a purely physical explosion, yet carrying the destructive power of tons of TNT. More terrifyingly to date, at least 17 such giant craters have been discovered, and hundreds of other soil bubbles are swelling across Siberia. Each crater is a toxic breath of methane ripping through the atmosphere. Siberia is not just melting, it is exploding from within. Deep on the desolate Ukok Plateau, archaeologists touched one of the most shocking discoveries of the 20th century. An ancient tomb was flooded with water and frozen instantly, turning into a natural ice coffin. Inside that block of ice was a young woman around 25 years old who passed away 2,500 years ago. As the final layer of ice melted away, those present at the scene held their breath. Her skin was still soft, her long hair was elaborately styled in a high bun, and on her two arms, sharp, intricate tattoos appeared, to such an extent that modern tattoo artists would have to tip their hats in admiration. People call her the Ukok Princess or the Siberian Ice Maiden. Who was she? These intricate tattoos, drawn with soot and sewing needles, were no ordinary decoration. They were the language of the spirit world. She was not a royal princess. Subsequent DNA and archaeological analyses proved she was a shaman, a high priestess, the connector between the Pazyryk tribe and the gods. Magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, in 2010 revealed a heartbreaking truth. This young girl had battled metastatic breast cancer for 3 long years in excruciating pain. To endure the agony, she constantly inhaled cannabis smoke and ceremonial chemicals. Her ramblings during those drug-induced trances were interpreted by her tribe as divine prophecies. She lived a life filled with pain, was revered as a saint, and was buried alongside 6 warhorses harnessed in gold to escort her into the afterlife. But the story of the Ice Maiden does not stop at archaeology. The indigenous people of Altai believe that she is the White Lady, the guardian of the gateway to the underworld, using her frozen body to keep evil spirits from escaping into the human world. When scientists exhumed her and brought her to Novosibirsk, the Altai people said that the curse had been activated. Immediately, an unprecedentedly violent earthquake shook the Altai region. The helicopter carrying her coffin nearly crashed due to a mysterious engine failure. Local people asserted, as long as the princess's chamber remains empty, Siberia will have no peace. Ultimately, the Russian government had to return her to the Gorno-Altisk Museum, placing her in a glass chamber that replicated her ice tomb of old to appease the wrath of the deceased. Every land has a history written in ink, but the history of Siberia is written in the blood and bones of millions of people. The darkest symbol of this historical chapter is the Kolyma Highway, also known by its chilling name, the Road of Bones. Built during the purges of Joseph Stalin from the 1930s to the 1950s, this over 2,000-kilometer-long road connects the city of Magadan with Yakutsk, aiming to pave the way for exploiting Siberia's precious gold and mineral mines. The primary workforce consisted of prisoners from the Gulag system, ranging from common criminals to intellectuals, artists, and politicians convicted of treason. In weather conditions of minus 50 degrees Celsius, alongside a severe shortage of food and medicine, these people had to use rudimentary picks and shovels to dig into soil that was as hard as rock. It is estimated that for every single meter of road completed, a human life was lost. Because the ground was too hard to dig graves, the corpses of the deceased prisoners were laid directly onto the roadbed, turning them into part of the foundation for the asphalt layer above. Kolyma is not merely a transportation project. It is the longest horizontal cemetery on the planet, where every vehicle passing by today is rolling over the souls of human beings who were forgotten by history. If the Kolyma Highway is a symbol of sacrifice, then the ghost city of Kadachan is a witness to the collapse of an illusion of conquering nature. Built by Gulag prisoners during World War II, Kadachan was once a bustling coal mining city with over 10,000 residents. In the middle of this harsh wilderness, humans once constructed cinemas, schools, swimming pools, and modern buildings, an effort to assert the power of Soviet industry over Siberian nature. However, nature always has a way of reclaiming what belongs to it. In 1996, a horrific coal mine explosion claimed the lives of many workers and completely destroyed the city's central heating system. In the merciless cold of Siberia, a city without warmth means death. Within just a few days, the entire population had to evacuate urgently, leaving behind all their possessions, homes, and memories. Kadachan was abandoned from then on, turning into a frozen museum of time. Books left open on school desks, children's toys lying solitary in cold rooms. Everything is kept intact, like a slice of history suddenly frozen in time. This city is a stark reminder of the transience of human existence in Siberia. Here, you are merely a passing guest, and if you do not respect the rules of this land, you will be eliminated without a shred of mercy. But the history of Siberia does not consist only of dark, low notes. It is also a triumphal hymn of human will through the greatest feat of the industrial age, the Trans-Siberian Railway. Stretching nearly 10,000 kilometers, this is the longest single continuous railway line in the world. Constructed from 1891 to 1916 under the direction of Tsar Alexander III. Before this railway existed, traveling across Siberia was a months-long nightmare by horse-drawn carriage or on foot, where humans had to face wild beasts, bandits, and death from frostbite. The Trans-Siberian completely changed the global geopolitical landscape. It connected Europe and Asia, transforming the desolate land of Siberia into a bustling economic corridor, allowing the exploitation of endless mineral resources and the migration of millions of people to settle down. The construction of this line was a literal war against physical limits. Engineers had to build colossal steel bridges capable of withstanding temperature fluctuations of nearly 100 degrees Celsius between two seasons, and had to blast dozens of tunnels through the solid granite of the Baikal Mountains. The Trans-Siberian is precisely the steel thread that sewed the two ends of Russia together. The ultimate testament that humans did not merely survive Siberia, but also found a way to conquer distance and time to turn this land into an inseparable part of human civilization. In a land where nature holds the absolute power of life and death like Siberia, humans cannot exist without a profound spiritual anchor. This place is the primitive cradle of shamanism, the most elemental form of religion of humanity. For the indigenous peoples of Siberia, such as the Evenki, the Buryat, or the Chukchi, nature is not an inanimate object to be exploited. It is a living entity with a soul. Every mountain, every river, every ancient pine tree has a ruling deity. The shaman priest acts as the sole bridge between the mundane world and the mystical spiritual realm. Through the rapid beating of deerskin drums, a sound mimicking the heartbeat of Mother Earth, combined with inhaling hallucinogenic herbs, the shaman falls into a state of trance to communicate with spirits, begging for nature's forgiveness, healing villagers, and predicting the weather. The sound of shaman drums echoing through the Siberian winter night is not a superstition. It is the voice of human beings expressing absolute reverence and humility before the greatness and cruelty of nature. In this place, you understand that humans are merely tiny creatures, and if you want to survive, you must learn to listen and harmonize with the breath of heaven and earth. Alongside shamanic rituals, Siberia is also the hiding place of spiritual historical mysteries that make modern science hesitate. One of these is the story of the Unearthed princess, a 25-century-old mummy discovered within the permafrost on the Unearthed plateau of the Altai Mountains. This woman was buried alongside 6 war horses adorned in magnificent saddlery, proving she held an extremely high spiritual status, potentially a high priestess or a great shaman. The intricate artistic tattoos on her body remain completely intact after thousands of years, thanks to the perfect preservation of the ice. However, the terrifying part occurred after archaeologists relocated her mummy to a laboratory in Novosibirsk. The indigenous people of Altai immediately warned that disturbing the princess's slumber had broken a spiritual seal, unleashing the dark forces guarding the gateway to hell. Shortly thereafter, a series of consecutive natural disasters struck. Unprecedentedly, violent earthquakes shook the peaceful Altai region, strange helicopter crashes occurred, and a sudden spike in critical illnesses emerged in the area. To this day, the curse of the Unearthed princess remains a lingering question, a blurry boundary between dialectical science and the primitive spiritual beliefs that the people of Siberia always safeguard with profound awe. Siberia, does not merely hold back its indigenous people with ancient beliefs. It is also a magnet attracting lost souls from the modern world in search of a new spiritual promised land. Deep within the desolate taiga forest of the Krasnoyarsk region, there exists one of the world's strangest sectarian communities, the Church of the Last Testament, founded by Vissarion, a former Soviet traffic police officer. Claiming to be the reincarnation of Jesus Christ, Vissarion gathered over 5,000 followers from all over the world, including intellectuals such as engineers, musicians, and doctors, who abandoned their luxurious urban lives to move deep into the Siberian jungle to build a society with no money, no technology, and strict veganism. They call themselves the expatriates of the Messiah, living in self-built wooden houses, being entirely self-sufficient, and obeying the strict rules of the sect. For these people, the harsh Siberia is not a hell on earth. It is the most perfect protective shield, isolating them from the corruption, pollution, and frantic pressure of modern society. The Vissarion sect is a strange chapter in the Book of Siberia, a testament that this wilderness can transform into an ideal spiritual retreat, where humans are willing to trade all comforts of civilization for absolute peace of mind under the shelter of the frozen primeval forest. The 21st century is witnessing a new polar opposite rising in Siberia, the intersection of a primitive wilderness and a strategic energy hub that decides the global economic destiny. Siberia is no longer a forgotten, desolate land. It is the largest remaining treasure trove on the planet. This place holds over 80% of Russia's gas reserves and 1/3 of its oil reserves, alongside deposits of rare and precious metals like palladium, platinum, and diamonds worth trillions of dollars. On the Yamal Peninsula, a name meaning the end of the world in the indigenous language, the planet's most modern petrochemical industrial complexes have sprung up despite the frost. Humans today no longer fear Siberia. They are utilizing the power of nuclear technology and automated drilling rigs to pierce through the permafrost, drawing up the black blood of the earth to warm economies from Europe to Asia. The war for control over resources in Siberia is transforming this lonely land into a burning geopolitical chessboard. Siberia is precisely the golden key that determines who will master global energy in the coming decades. However, as humans attempt to excavate Siberia's treasure, they are also inadvertently triggering a time bomb that could completely alter the climate of the entire Earth. The rise in global temperatures due to the greenhouse effect is melting Siberia's permafrost at an uncontrollable rate. As the ice melts, it releases a colossal amount of methane gas, a greenhouse gas with a heat-trapping potency 80 times greater than carbon dioxide, which had been safely imprisoned underground for millions of years. The accumulation of methane gas under high pressure within the collapsing soil layer has generated terrifying explosions, ripping open the wild terrain to form giant craters dozens of meters deep, like necrotic wounds of the planet. If the entire amount of methane beneath Siberia's dead soil layer is released, it will create a catastrophic climate feedback loop. The Earth will warm rapidly, causing more ice to melt and releasing even more greenhouse gases. Siberia, from a green lung protecting the planet, could transform into a climate crematorium, destroying human civilization. The future of Siberia is no longer just Russia's own story. It is inextricably linked to the survival of every human being living on this planet. Siberia does not only conceal ancient mysteries, it is also a place that witnessed the collapse of frenzied human ambitions in the modern era. Welcome to Katikshan, the coldest ghost city in the world. Built by miners in the 1940s, Katikshan was once a bustling city with over 10,000 residents, boasting cinemas, schools, and reinforced buildings capable of withstanding the extreme cold. But in 1996, a horrific methane gas explosion at the mine claimed the lives of the workers, collapsing the city's entire economy. The government cut off power and heating supplies in the middle of winter. Within a few days, Katikshan transformed into a deadly trap. Imagine the indoor temperature dropping to minus 40 degrees Celsius within just 24 hours after the central heating system collapsed. Water froze inside containers, walls cracked wide open from the cold. The residents of Katikshan were forced to flee in utter panic. They only had time to grab their warmest clothes, leaving behind all possessions, vehicles, children's toys, and a lifetime of memories. Katikshan was wiped off the administrative map after just 1 week. Today, this place is an open-air museum of desolation. The Siberian cold froze this city right at that exact moment, preserving everything intact like a dark time capsule, reminding us that, before Siberian nature, even the most fortified human structures are merely sandcastles easily blown away by the blizzard. This land has witnessed the vicissitudes of geological eras, the rise and fall of empires, and the silent sacrifice of millions of human destinies. Siberia has never been an entity that easily tolerates superficiality. It compels you to confront the ultimate limits of your ego. Between life and death, between the most brutal cold and the most sacred human warmth, between modern industrial destruction and the immutable primitive spiritual beauty. As the headlights of the final trucks fade into the Kolyma blizzard, Siberia returns once more to its true essence, a silent, mysterious, and proud void. A great kingdom where polar opposites never compromise, yet will forever coexist alongside each other until the very end of time. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey into the heart of the frost.